Hello and welcome, this is Melskinner, and we're back with some more Neo Scavenger. And I'm in the middle of a run. I did a live stream of Neo Scavenger, and the run went pretty well, so I thought I'd just pick up right where I left off from the stream. So I'm just going to go over really quickly what happened as far as the stream goes. This is the end of day one, so we're in the middle of the night. It's raining and night and cold. We have a camp going. Right now I have a tiny campfire and a little bit of a shelter. As far as my medical condition goes, I did have a fight. As a matter of fact, you can see the remains of some of that fight on the ground. There were two dogs that attacked me. I was able to fend them off with a meat cleaver, but I did pick up a number of injuries. Now, I am running, as far as my character goes, the same build I had in the last run. So I have melee, medic, trapping, botany, and insomniac for our flaw. And the good thing about the stream that I did, as well as the time in between the last run and this run, is first off, I took an opportunity to read through the manual. I didn't realize there was a manual for this game. I came across it in the help section of the game, and there was a link to the manual, so I kind of read through the manual, and it had a number of hints. And one of those is dealing with the different medical conditions, mostly the idea of sterilizing your wounds, something that I wasn't really doing. So what I have been doing throughout this run is making sure I am sterilizing water and cleaning every cut that I get. So that's exactly what I did. I cleaned all of the cuts that I had on my body, then I put clean rags on them as bandages. So I think that's going to help us quite a bit with survivability. Because I have the medic skill, I actually get to see how my immune system is, something that maybe I wasn't paying attention to as well on that last run. And it's something I'm going to keep a closer eye on from here on out. Okay, so other things that are going on as far as my inventory goes, you can already kind of see some of that. So we've got a pretty good setup of clothing. I have two t-shirts, I have this hoodie, I have the rag over my face, I have the starting hospital gown, and I have a pair of khaki cargo pants. I also have a backup pair of cargo pants in the pocket of the cargo pants in case this one wears down. We have another one that is just about the same durability. I do have a pair of shoes, although they are not matching, and they are pretty worn out. As a matter of fact, it looks like the gator shoe is about to give out on me, but at least I have a pair of shoes, and I don't have any issues with having improper footwear or being barefoot. As far as my cargo capacity goes, or my carrying capacity goes, this is kind of the downside of this run so far. I don't really have much options. I did manage to get lucky and get a backpack, so I have that filled with a bunch of bottles of water. I think most of these bottles of water are full of sterilized water, as I took the opportunity to do that. Yeah, these are all sterilized if I remember correctly. So I do have that going for me. I have some tarp, some string, I have a couple cans. This is really helpful for this run because you can sterilize water in cans, which allows you to clean rags, and that is what I think is leading to some of the success of this run. But outside of the backpack, all I have is a disposable shopping bag, little plastic bag. So really don't have much ability to carry things. So I am having to leave, for instance, this meat cleaver behind. Now the meat cleaver is pretty beat up and probably wouldn't last through another combat or two. I think it was somewhere above like 35% before I got in that fight with the dogs, and it got beat to hell because I had to attack the dogs several times. And I also used it to craft some things. I just recently, throughout this night, along with sterilizing the water and getting some clean rags and cooking some food, I also made myself a spear. Unfortunately, I didn't have the material to get the next level of a spear, which would be the broad spear. So this is the second level of spear, the hardened spear. But that's still pretty good, and we can try and upgrade it maybe in the future if I get the supplies to do that. Really, what I needed was, I had a shiv, but the shiv ended up breaking, doing other crafting, so all I had was the meat cleaver to be able to craft things. So if I had had a point, a sharp point to be able to stick on the end of the spear, we could have made that a higher level of spear. Another thing that I learned, and this was through the aid of the viewers in that stream, is I learned how to cure meat. So what you do to do that if we go into the crafting screen, is you take your fire, which you can of course build up with sticks. That's another thing that I've been doing a little bit better job of. Oh, I don't have any action points to do that, but you could build up your fire, and then the idea of the whole curing process is you're cooking and you're adding in ashes during the cooking process, and I'm not sure if you have to use another skill, and that's going to give you cured meat. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's producing that right now, but it's possible I'm doing some element of that wrong. But the point is that I figured out how to cure meat, so we have that going for us as well. I'm assuming this is going to allow the cooked meat to last a little bit longer. Speaking of cooked meat, I did also cook some of the meat here, and this is dog meat from the dogs that I killed at this location. I think I may go ahead and eat the cooked meat that's lying around here. So the important point, though, that I learned is that you have to do this curing process during the cooking process. You can't do it afterwards. So that's pretty important. Now, as far as stuff that I have that's good to have, I have a lighter, but I have the trapping skill, so I can build fire without it. But in case I need to make a fire quickly, or I don't want to use the skill, I have the lighter as a backup. I can also use it as a light source for searching. But I think we're more or less good to go. So as far as things go, I'm going to go ahead and just end my turn because I don't have any actions. Okay, I don't know. Let's just take a look at medical. So our immune system's still going down, even though we have treated things and we bandaged it up properly. Pain tolerance seems to be going back up, though. That's good. Our blood supply is starting to go back up because I dealt with the bleeding. And I do want to take a look at the campfire. It has burned out, so that's unfortunate. We'll go ahead and use this turn to craft us up another fire. Now, I am running out of sticks, but we should be able to pull it off with the twigs that we have and the trapping skill. Oh, I must have the... I'll remember, is it Alt or Shift that allows you to pick things up one at a time? Yeah, it might be Shift. Sometimes I accidentally pick the wrong thing. Okay, so we can go ahead and use that. And then we're going to take the fire. We're going to put that there. We don't need the trapping skill anymore. And we're going to build a bigger fire. And let's see if I can showcase the curing of meat now. So let's grab our fire. I'm not going to actually do it. I'm just going to show you how it is done. Maybe it needs a trapping skill. Ah, there you go. You need a trapping skill. So with the trapping skill and the ashes from the fire, you can cure meat. I'm not going to do that, though, because there's no real point to cure more meat, because I actually cannot carry what cured meat is already here. So no real point to do that. I could drop one of these cans, and I've actually thought about it, because it seems like I don't really need more than one can in my inventory, and it does take up extra space. But for now, I'm just going to keep them in my inventory, just because I could fit another chunk of cured meat if I removed one of the cans, though. Okay, I think we're more or less good to go as far as this turn. I'm probably going to go back to sleep. Let's see what else we can craft here. We do have different lengths of string. Okay, but I don't want to make a sling. And we have dirty rags. Is there anything I can make with that? All right, well, I'm not sure there's anything I can really... Ooh, I might need a... you know what I probably need to make this? I need some kind of point, and I don't have that. So I was looking to see if I could make clothing out of rags, but I think what I need is some kind of fine point. If we go into the known recipes, a lot of things that are important are in here. And I think one of those, if we look through this, is going to be clothing. I might have already passed it. Clean rags. Not going to be under food. It's miscellaneous. Paper scraps, patchwork hide glove, that's one of them. Patchwork hide tunic. So we need a lot of pelts, but rags from clothes. One medium absorbent, non-rigid, non-springy sheet. That one I haven't been able to figure out just yet, but patchwork hide tunic requires a lot of pelts and a lot of small thread. So I would have to collect the pelts to be able to pull that off, but unfortunately, I'm not really able to do that because of the carrying capacity that I have going for me. I don't really feel like I need to do that either. So because I don't really have anything else to do, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the camp, make sure we put our new fresh fire in here. We can go ahead and remove the ashes if we want. And we've got an okay shelter going here. It could be better. I don't have a sleeping bag yet, but we're just going to go ahead and sleep now. Now, unfortunately, I have that insomnia, so it does mean that I wake up often, but the upside of that is I wake up often, so I can stoke fires that need stoking. It looks like the fire's still good, so we'll just go ahead and try and go back to sleep. Although I do have 5 action points, so if I wanted to do a bunch of, let's go ahead and hide our tracks. Just, to make ourselves a little bit more harder to find. I don't know if hide's going to help us too. Let's see. Okay, we're starting to actively hide. Let's see if we go to our camp, if that makes our... I don't think we have the ability to see how good our hiding is. That is something that comes with an ability, but we can see alertness and healing. Now, I don't have that alertness yet. I'm going to need to make a... Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, we might actually be able to make a noise trap. So let's see if that's in known recipes. So we're going to want... It's probably under tools. Okay, so we've got tools, crude torch, makeshift sack, medium campfire, okay, stoked, noise trap. Okay, so we need small or medium rigid container, a small thread, and small rigid parts. That one might be a little bit harder to pull off, but I'm thinking we go into... Ooh, I was already on crafting. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Why is available... Why is this not... Why is there nothing here? Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, so I need some... The sticks might do it. All right, well, let's try and do this with a can. So I'll grab one of my cans. I need, I think, small string, and then let's do the 2 sticks. Rough splint, that's not what I'm looking for. Let me just go to the known recipes again, just to make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Noise trap. 1 small rigid part, 1 small thread, and then 1 small or medium rigid container. So we've got some of what we need. I think the can would do it. I'm not sure exactly what counts as a small rigid part. A bottle? No, that's not going to be it. Where did I get this from? Probably over there. Just some small parts. There we go. Okay, so we've got a makeshift noise trap. So I'll confirm that. Now, that does mean that the mushrooms I had are going to dump out a little bit. Okay, clear. Okay, so the mushrooms are there. We can just stick that right back in our inventory, though. I think that's the main reason I want to keep this can around. So if we go into our camp and we stick that in there, we'll see the alertness goes up pretty dramatically. So this way, somebody can't necessarily sneak up on me as easily. That's something we should probably think about doing. And it seems like it's fairly easy to craft. You just need some small parts, you need a can, and you need a little bit of string. And you've got yourself a noise trap. So pretty good. We could probably string up more of these to really make sure that our alertness is higher, but this will be okay for now. We're still working our way up to being a little bit more survivable. Okay, so let's just go ahead and go back to sleeping. Okay, it looks like we slept through the night. It is now into dawn, so I'm going to go through the camp. So let's go ahead and grab our can out of the camp and the lean-to. We're going to need to go to crafting. Oh, we're going to have to end our turn first. Okay. We're going to go into crafting. We're going to dismantle this, clear it, and then we're going to dismantle this, clear it. We're going to go into our inventory. We're going to re-grab our can. First, put the mushrooms inside the can. Okay, we're going to grab our string and put it back in our string pile. I'm going to grab this medium length string, put it over there. We're going to grab our sorted parts. Where are those? Okay, put that back in there. There we go. Grab our tarp. And I think this is everything I'd want to take with me. So we're going to unfortunately have to leave some of this stuff behind, but that's okay. Let's move on. So we have a little bit of a turn left. I don't think I went up here and scavenged yet. At least I don't think I did. I can't see up there right now, so we'd have to go up that way to check. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and, well, first end turn. Okay, so I'm going to stop trying to be stealthy. And we're going to start coming up here and we're going to scavenge this area. So we've got a couple different storage sheds. We'll start off with that. Okay, we could use the lighter, but I'm not going to worry about it. Ooh, that looked good. Let's take a look at what we've got. So first off, first aid kit is going to be fantastic. Mostly because we get a bunch of clean rags, but let's go ahead and empty this stuff out. We've got some clothing here. Ooh, that shirt's in good condition. So let's go through our shirts here. We'll get rid of that shirt, and we'll take this one instead. Okay. Pretty good. Chip bag is empty. We've got some dirty rags. That came out of the plastic bag. Okay, so we've got ourselves a box. The box should have more storage capacity than a bag would have. So that's better for us to carry. Oh, look at that. A sled with a strap. It's 78% too. So we just have ourselves our first vehicle. So there we go. Now we can carry a whole bunch of stuff. And I could go back and get that knife if I want to. We do have a rifle scope. I figure we might as well carry that. Let's go over to our main inventory though. So the first aid kit I'm going to go ahead and put inside our box. Plastic bag, I might as well just carry. We've got a spot right here for it. Oh, why am I on medical? I want inventory. There we go. I do want the plastic bottle back. And the jeans aren't in bad condition, but I don't really have the space for them. And these shirts I don't think are worth taking, except this one's okay. We'll take that one as a backup. We've got some foil here. I figure we might as well carry that just to do it. And I don't really... the dirty rags I should take, so we'll put that in our vehicle. And in a way, we'll take the pants. Go back into our main inventory, because I do want that string. You know what? I'll put backup clothing in the sled. So let's go back over there. Backup clothing in the sled. We should probably more compact this. Future. And sure, I'll take a handful of twigs just to do it. Okay, well, we're not going to be done in this area just yet, but that was an amazing find. So let's continue to search here. We're going to go to the other storage shed. Okay, and we're going to loot again. Unfortunately, we didn't find anything. And we've got one more action to use here. Destroyed office building. This is going to be a little bit riskier, but we're going to go ahead and try for it. And it looks like we found some more stuff. So we did find a bottle full of painkillers, but I already have a bottle of painkillers in my inventory. So I'm going to empty that out. I'm going to take the pills, and I'm going to put them inside there. So now we have 2 of those pills. The glass might be worth taking because I don't have anything as a sharp edge to do crafting with at this point. I have another tarp. Might as well take that with us. Oh, I guess 3 is as much as you can stack. We'll put that in the sled perhaps. And I don't know if the bottle's worth taking. I'm going to take the paper with me, as that is a material that you can make fire out of, I believe. Okay, we'll take our other tarp and we'll put it in there. All right, so dirty rags. I do want to take that with me. Guess we'll be putting that in our sled as well. Okay, looking good, and that should be all the scavenging we can do. So that's going to be the end of our turn. And now we're into actual morning, so we should be able to see a lot further. Now, I am going over, if we take a look at the map, and we can actually see the area I've covered. So we started over here at the cryo facility. Oh, and my gator shoe just fell apart, too. That sucks. And we're trying to go over to where the glow is all the way over here. So did I accidentally end my turn? I accidentally, mouse rolls, I scrolled my mouse wheel. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think it ended my turn, so that's odd. All right, so unfortunately, we're now barefoot. I'm going to go ahead and just go into my inventory here, and I'm going to take off my shoe so that we're not wearing that out, because we're going to be barefoot regardless of what we do with our shoe. And I'm thinking about going back over to the camp that I had before. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Oh, we have another dog here. I prefer it not finding me, but if it finds me, it finds me. Okay, so now we can pick up some of these things I left behind. Like, for instance, this meat cleaver. And I can pick up this rifle sling. And if we want to start doing things with these fur, I should probably pick that up too. And I do have these twigs. I'd rather have a full stack. Okay, so looks like we're good to go here. I could pick up the cured meat, but it's been sitting out in the environment for a while. Just as yeah, I mean, that's at 70%. So it does still seem like these deteriorate pretty quickly. Let's just go ahead and use that. And do we want to eat this that's been sitting out? You know what? We'll use that too. All right, so we're a little bit thirsty. I probably should do something about that, but we are barefoot, which is not ideal. So let's go ahead and end our turn. Oh, hello. We have ourselves... This is the first human being I've seen in this playthrough, so let's go kill him. Okay, so I don't see him just yet, so let's search. Okay, he's right there. All right, so what is going on here? Player searches for unknown targets. Stranger unloads on players, pinning them down. Player is pinned by a suppressive fire. Oh, he's got a gun. Does he? Or is it a bow? It's a bow. Okay. And unable to move or use range attacks. Player is taking cover and is harder to hit with ranged weapons. Okay. Stranger lacerated player's lower chest with a compound bow with broadhead. I'm coughing up blood. That doesn't sound good. Player is stunned and unable to move for a moment. Stranger carved into player's upper right arm with a compound bow with broadhead. Player is in minor pain and some activities are affected. Stranger slashed player's lower left leg with a compound bow with broadhead. Player is in severe pain and is having trouble concentrating. I'm bleeding. So it looks like I might already be dead. Oh. This run was going so well until that happened. I don't know if they have another shot at me, but I'm going to try and kill this bastard regardless. So we might only have one attack here, so I might want to try a melee surge and to see if we can kill him. At this range, we can't hit them with the spear, and I'm just going to go all or nothing here. Okay, so let's take a look at what happens. So the bad guy switched to punch. He shot the one arrow at me that he had. Of course, it did a lot of damage. We did manage to hit him with the flurry of blows. I'm going to need a moment to recover, and they're going to need a moment to recover. Managed to lacerate the lower stomach with a hardened spear. The bad mother is stunned and unable to move for a moment. I slashed his lower left leg with the hardened spear, and I lacerated his upper right arm. Okay, Bad Mother desperately tries to retreat from the player, but can't get away. I'm bleeding, he's bleeding. All right, so we're going to wait. And we're going to... Should I ditch my vehicle and chase him? Or should I just advance normally? If I advance normally, he will probably eventually be able to flee me, which is not great. Let's just ditch the vehicle this turn. Okay, he did manage to escape me, but I'm gonna chase after him. Let's search for him. He managed to run again. Let's search for him. You asshole. Okay, so he may get away from me. And it's possible he stole my stuff. So let's take a look. No, it doesn't look like he stole anything. Okay, we're going to have to come in here and do some medical to us. So, wow, he shot me that many times? Seriously? Ow. 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 Okay, so I'm bleeding really badly. And I'm going to have to do something about that. So let me grab the bottle of water that we have here. And we're going to use some sterilized water on these cuts. We're going to grab ourselves another bottle of water. And we're going to use sterilized water on this cut. And then we're going to drink the other one. Okay, so we managed to sterilize. Now we need to take care of the pain, because we're in a lot of pain. So we're going to use a pain pill. Okay, pain tolerance has gone up. Now we're going to need to bandage. So we're going to take our first aid kit, put that in our hand. And we're going to take these bandages out, and we're going to bandage. Bandage, bandage, bandage. Okay, well, I probably should have dealt with that a lot sooner than I did. I can't believe how much he hit me with that bow before I was having the ability to respond to him. Jeez. All right, well, we got some arrows here, if anything else. Okay, well, we're still alive at the moment, but things are looking... Oh, what's going on here? Did he drop his backpack? Did he die? Okay, he may have died on us, but in any case, I'm going to take a look at this space, and we're going to take a look at these items that we found here in the next video, because this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in. So, in any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.